Tom Brady was speaking recently on The Pivot, the podcast, and was just sort of discussing his time in the NFL, getting ready for his broadcasting career. And he pointed out maybe the one regret he has from his legendary career in the NFL. Let's take a listen.
What I would have changed was, okay, there's part of me that I actually still love. Like when I see these young players, I see like Patrick, out there at quarterback, running around, laughing, having fun. I'm like, I used to be like that. What the hell happened to me? And I just got too serious. But again, I can only look back and think, okay, if I do it again, which I'll never do it again, I would be different. But the reality is you can't. So you just learn from it and go, okay, now next phase of life, enjoy it a little more.
I love that guy. Look at that Tom Brady. What a guy.
All right, if he had had more fun and his career was what it was.
How much more fun can you have?
But afterwards, he would have regretted not taking it more serious. So it's kind of whatever you didn't do.
No. You're missing his point. I feel like I 100% understand what he's saying. Think about how many shots of Tom Brady you saw with his, kind of intense look, getting all fired up. Running down even before games, yelling out to the crowd let's go. That was kind of his thing.
Mm-hmm.
And he always came off as more of a fiery competitor as compared to a guy who, was going to laugh and have fun and all that. There was very few moments, if ever. So I understand what he's saying because I even look back on it now, and even though I didn't have anywhere close to anything that Tom Brady accomplished in the NFL, I look back and it was well, did you enjoy it though? Ultimately, it's a sport. You're playing a game as a profession. And as big of the money as there is and the stakes and the competition, all those things, there still has to be elements that you enjoy. And for Tom Brady, I think the hard thing is he's had more success than anyone. And he's looking back now thinking man, he was probably so obsessed with the next one, because that's what he'd always say is the next one's the most important. Not the last Super Bowl or not the last one, the next one. That's what's most important. And I think you get so stuck in that thought process that you never truly get to enjoy and live in the moment. And that's what I think he's speaking to.
I just think success is success. And if he had did it any differently, it might have came out differently.
Right. You might not have the success.
Right. And you might not have the 2020 hindsight to be able to say, I'm going to have more fun now. I mean, you're Tom Brady. You can have more fun now. And you can say pretty much within reason anything you want to say. And there's going to have some sensibility to it. I mean, in my estimation of it. So I don't listen. I'd rather recall Tom Brady's career the way that I recall it. Personally, selfishly, someone who came through the ranks with him. We were in the same draft class. Littermate. I would rather remember him knowing that we were killers out there on the field. He was in the Serengeti for real. He wasn't out there with, toothless, lions and tigers and bears. He was out there with, we had fangs. Yeah, we had fangs. And these guys these days, you know why they're having so much fun and joking around and can act because ain't nobody hitting them. They're not allowed to get hit. Yeah. So Tom, I'll say this. I like remembering you the way I remember you. I don't need to remember you as this guy that was always kikiing and joking and laughing and hooting and hollering while you were playing the game. No, you were out there to win a game. You were out there to compete, and I like that.
That's a great point, though, too, about how much the game's changed over the course that he played. I mean, he was born into an era of football where, and he's talked about it, you couldn't throw across the middle because you'd be hanging your wide receiver out to dry. Protection of a wide receiver, and now he's considered defenseless when he's in the act of catching. That was onus was on the quarterback. But before they had that rule, it was an unwritten rule for quarterbacks. You don't hang your wide receiver out to dry.
That's right.
I can't tell you how many times I've seen a ball be thrown behind a wide receiver, and the commentators, it's an inaccurate throw. Oh my gosh, Johnson, look at that. It's no, you idiot. He was trying to stop him from getting blown up because the wide receiver ran through the window in zone coverage, or he's running into another defender. He's trying to put it on his back shoulder, but the wide receiver has no feel.
You better stay in that window.
And that's where, like, you come in you come in a quarterback room and you start to really understand, like, why they do what they do. And it's natural. But nowadays, the receivers get the protection so quarterbacks can take a lot bigger risks. But with that comes some of the hits that you're seeing when these guys get knocked out.
Yeah.
And I think that seriousness of how the game was played maybe plays a role in it too, where you couldn't be as carefree and run around and just throw the ball up and be like, he's down there somewhere. Like that wasn't a thing. It is now because of the way the rules changed. But I think that's like plays a part or a role in this too.
Well, I'd rather regret not working.
God bless you.
Than
Thank you. Jeez.
Was it that loud?
It was pretty loud.
I turned it off.
Yeah, and still got it?
Yeah, man.
Damn.
Oh, well.
Powerful.
It's all right. Blow it out. Blow it out.
It's a little dusty it's some dust in my chest.
Yeah, Jonas told me you got powerful lungs, though. You can breathe through your ears.
That is very true.
That's a great point.
That is very true.
Great point.
And I've demonstrated it.
Class personified right there from one Brady Quinn.
Yes.
You know,
what?
Very nice of you to bless me. Thank you.
By the way, that is a skill set that comes in handy in a lot of walks of life. I'll tell you that. Being able to do that.
Being able to bless somebody?
No, just
breathe through your ears.
Jonas is trying to turn the wheel in the car.
I'm not. I'm simply.
A guy can't say God bless you to
look
a work associate.
Hey.
Yes. Dang.
I'm simply trying to.
I'm trying to be professional.
Okay.
Jonas is trying to not be professional.
Now let me ask you this: Wouldn't you rather regret not smiling than look back and go, "Oh, I wish I would have worked harder"?
I smiled quite a bit on the football field.
I don't think that's what he's saying. Just because you smile doesn't mean you're not working hard.
But a smile is like you're having a good time.
No,
I think he's wishing he soaked it up more.
Yeah, and like joked around and clowned around a little bit. That's what it sounds like.
You spend a minute clowning around, it's a minute you take away from hard work.
No,
you guys just don't have that Midwest upbringing. That's a problem.
In his era, a minute of clowning around could have costed him a season. Because guys like me were trying to rip your head off or your leg off and take it with us. I wanted to beat you over to your sideline with your own arm.
And some people ain't ready for the Getty.
That's correct.
Yeah,
that's right. They're not ready for it. And you know what? It's a modified AI Serengeti now in the NFL. It's modified.
Wow. Wait, what?
Yeah. Instead of taking down your prey and taking the life out of it and eating it, now you just you tag it or you pull a flag off of it and it's like, all right, you're dead. Like, we get to eat you now, but not really.
Are you saying PETA's running around out there?
Yeah, I guess so, man. But how does PETA feel about another animal that kills another animal to be able to eat?
Are you calling it vegan football? Is that what you're calling it?
That's very well put. I think that's very well stated. Vegan football.
Damn.
This is now what it is out there. Vegan football. AI vegan football.
Meanwhile, Brady's talking about having so many concussions that he couldn't even keep track.
But that was part of it, man. Like you had that was an older school way of looking at football. Is like how hard could you get hit and get back up and play through it.
And you had to have your mental mindset ready for that. I think that's why cats weren't joking around so much.
Right.
I mean, honestly, like that's to be able to take somebody down. Like, okay, you want to go in laughing and joking and stuff, and you got to hit Jerome Bettis. And by the way, he has this guy blocking for him in front of him, or you got to go against Sam Gash this week or Lorenzo Neal. You got to meet him in the hole. And it might be a long day of LaDainian Tomlinson. You want to laugh and joke about that? Go be my guest.